last born. When I put him to bed, I gave him Emmanuel. With the stubbornness, as he's growing up, he changed his name to Koja, which I did not know the meaning. The good thing with him, as he maintained the family last name, that is Kaze.
Koja is actually a stubborn person. He likes to have his way. When we're having an argument, he wants to be the winner of the argument. Nobody can win him when arguing. When he's convinced about something, nobody else matters.
Koja loves women. He too like women. I mean, it's not a problem to like women, you know. I love women too, but when you... Every chase is like all the women in the world is after Koja. It's like all the women is annoying. That is annoying.
I don't like the fact that Koja argues a lot. I mean, I accept him for who he is, but he argues a whole lot. I'm a Inter Milan fan, because of Koja, because I don't want to argue. So at that point, I didn't pick a team as of yet. I think we were in secondary school, and the argument was just going on. Like Inter, I think it was Chelsea at that point. And yeah, he had valid points, I'm not gonna lie. He argues a lot, but for somebody that argues a lot, he gotta come with points. So he talks a lot. So yeah, he had enough points for Inter. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm an Inter fan from today on, just because of you. And I've been an Inter fan for the past 19 years of my life. Up near Azuris, you know the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, Koja likes, women a lot. And Koja broke my bed, He broke my bed where I sleep, and it was crazy. It's my friends too, but that's crazy, I have to prepare my bed myself.
For someone that knows everything and sleeps the whole day, how do we relate that?
I hate Koja for his over-assertiveness. He wears it around like a cloak. When he knows something and he's very certain, without reasonable doubt, that he's right. You can't tell him otherwise. It's annoying. It's annoying,
Like, he sleeps a lot, yeah, sure. But I feel like he knows too much, for a guy that's just, there's just no more, because he keeps into everywhere, like sports, politics, entertainment, and everything, just name it. Koja knows everything, And I tend to just want to imagine how does it everything. I feel like he's just living in his own world,
Emmanuel likes food. Doesn't play with food.
Koja is very clumsy, very, very, very clumsy.
Between my legs. Yes. It's what you do.
Lagos, y'all can sit down, please. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Oh man, I'm gonna lie, I don't say anything though. Artists, this is what y'all go through. This superstar thing is a lot of work. Yeah, this is what artists do now. Say, I love you, Koja.
I love you, Koja.
That's more like it, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Lagos. Thank you. Thank you. I'm super excited. You like my shoes? You like it? Yeah, especially for you. If you refuse to laugh, I match your throat. Crazy. Crazy. Thank you. Thank you. People say every time, Koja, you are crazy. Koja, you are mad. Koja, you are this. Koja, you are that. Hey, don't judge me. The apple doesn't fall far from its tree. My mom is here. Her name is Stella Case. Her initials, SK. My mom is crazy. She's older now, yeah, so she's weak. Growing up, this woman. My mom used to bust into our room like she was a drug agent. You know how NDLA agent bust into, like it was a drug raid. She just comes into and just hits the door. What's what they do here? I look at my brother. Mommy, they okay? What's what they do here? We live here, we sleep here. God save you now. Like, yo. This woman is the greatest. I know this sounds cliche, but she's the greatest. We're going to judge her for having to train us like that. But hey, come on. This woman raised 3 children all by herself. Yeah. She raised 3 boys. Sorry, biologically, 2 boys and 1 girl. But technically, 3 boys. Because my sister is here too. That one nowhere. She used to fight wrestling with us. She used to play football with Crazy. My dad died when I was 9. Yeah. My dad died in Jos during Harmattan. It's safe to say he died a cold death. Crazy. My mom had to train us all by herself. Yes. This woman is the greatest to ever do it. And if you do not agree, host your own show. Put your mom in the front row and give her all the accolades. Crazy. Crazy. But my mom doesn't rate me. Yeah. She doesn't think I do anything special with my life. My mom doesn't rate me. I had my biggest gig yet 2 years ago, and it was Celebration. I was excited. Like, this is the biggest I'm ever going to be right now. You know how Celebration works now? 7 days on live TV, talking to the world. Hi, guys. Welcome to Celebration Day 2. We're having fun celebrating the life of the legend, the man, the myth, the pioneer of Afrobeat, Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Over to you now, Baba number 1. Before we go, fist bump in honor of Fela Kuti. After all of that, I went to visit my mom. I thought I was a superstar. This woman doesn't rate me. When she came into the house, she saw me. Hey, can't go buy fuel. Which kind of wahala be this? Which kind of wahala? When I told her I was a comedian, that I do all of this, that I'm this big, she doesn't care. Who know you? You funny? Wait till they talk. Wait till they talk on stage. She doesn't rate me. And I understand. Because I let her down. I let all of them down. I dropped out of school. I dropped out of the university. Don't judge me. I failed. Woefully. 2 freaking extra years. Terrible. I hung my boots and I said I was done. See, have you seen? See, I hear people say they fail, but I failed so much that University of Lagos, Unilag, they changed their grading system in my honor. Every other place, if you go anywhere in the world, failure is graded with F. But in my case, it's K. Honestly, because what is F? F is fun. F is fantastic. But K, you are dead. K, Q. K, Koja. You are a madman. How can you fail this much? It was crazy. K, clown. Okay, that's C. That's why I failed. Shit. Terrible. I failed so much that my course advisor was concerned. She had to call me when she saw one of my results. You get mama? Does she pray for you? So, see, we want to help you. But first of all, you need to help us. Apart from failing, what else can you do? It was that bad. It was terrible. I felt so much that it got to a point I said, you know what? I was done. I wanted to commit suicide. Yeah, like this is the height of it. And if you're conversant with the University of Lagos, if you know Unilag, it's surrounded by water. Yeah? So I was done. I was tired. I went to the lagoon front, jumped into the sea. Yo, fishermen saved me. They brought me out. News got to the VC. One extra year student has failed though. He wanted to commit suicide. He almost drowned, but fishermen saved him. Then they brought me into the VC office and the VC looked at me. They now said, please sir, let him go. Let him graduate. The VC looked at me and said, no, we're not letting him go. Then they said, why? He said he failed at suicide. Crazy. Don't judge me. I failed. For the longest, I was broke. I dropped out of school. No job. The only thing I had is this art form, stand-up comedy. Crazy. Go to the comedy clubs. Broke. Have you ever been broke? Have you ever been broke? No. Have you ever been so broke that you stay at home 7 days a week, doing nothing, going nowhere? Just carry your phone, they get your charge card. Just pick your phone, star 555 star. Wait till me today's date. 5th, 05, month, 11. So because of you, XYZ Network, I go do a charge card for you. Now your ancestral problem, I make them open their company. It was crazy. It was so bad that one time I tried, after like 5 wrong tries, you know they're supposed to buy your line. They did not buy my line, no. These ones, they called me, one lady. Hello, young man, how are you? I said, I guess I'm fine. She said, good. From the data we collected during your SIM registration, it shows here that you are above 21 years. I said, yes. She said, between me and you, what plans do you have for your life? I said, I'm trying to guess my way out of this conundrum. She said, you speak big English. You use big words. And you're this broke. She said, it's okay. It's fine. Anyone can be broke. We're here for you. Here at XYZ Network, we want to give you free data. Over 2 terabytes of data. Use it. Do Yahoo. Sell crypto. Do something with your life. It was crazy. I was broke. Do you know what happens to you when you're broke? You lose your self-esteem. You lose your freaking self-esteem. You become timid. Your confidence, gone. You go just in fear. They invite you for a place like this. No, I don't want to wahala. Even if you get a free tag, you go wrong, go sit down for back. Because you don't want to spoil anything. You can laugh, but the ones there, nah. That's what being broke does to you. Messes up your self-esteem. Kills you. If you say a rich man, it's easy to tell who a rich man is. It's quite easy. There are simple things. Take note of these things. As simple as a handshake. Yeah. Rich man, confident. Come. All right, okay. Front row, you're good. So when rich men see themselves, as simple as a handshake. Hi, how are you? Firm grip. Are you all right? Stock rising? The bear market we're experiencing now, you think it's going to go down at any point? You know what it be bear market. You don't seem sure. How did you make it here? Crazy. Firm grip. Rich men, they talk about stock. They talk about things. They talk about the economy. Poor men, nothing. Nothing. First of all, from their handshake, you go, no, say this one's nothing from life. Always expectant. They go, they open teeth. I don't know why poor men, they always open teeth. Everybody, they see boss. See my chairman. My chairman. Do you know why they greet like that? Because their pastor promised them in church, this week you meet your helper. So always expectant, everybody. Terrible people. Poor men. Poor men. Super terrible. And that's why I like rich people. Rich people, they are modest. When you see a rich man, you know they are modest. See them. Seated. Easily dressed. No noise. Nothing. If a rich man walks into a club today or a lounge, say he comes with his friends, chilled, easy going like that. A rich man walks into a lounge with his friends, say 3 of his friends. They enter, they beckon. Keyword, beckon. Hi, waiter. Yes, yeah, please, here. This table, can we see you? Thank you. Let's have the menu. All right, thank you. Dele, what should we have today now? Okay, so let's do their finest scotch. Yeah, that's good. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. You're good with it as well. All right, yeah. Your finest scotch. All right, waiter, yeah. So we've made our choice already. So let's have your finest scotch. Thank you. And ice, please. We don't want no mixers, yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, hold on, between. Nice ambience. Great space you have here. Poor man. My neighbor, that one just started Yahoo, finish IT for Yahoo. Collect his first $100. Femi Aribisala. He changed his name, expensive Femi Lavish Fund. Nonsense boy. He will leave Igondo, go to Lekki Phase 1 to flex. Igondo to Lekki Phase 1 is like 43 bus stops. You get one day where I call him, say, why you dey stress like this? Why you dey go this far? He say, leave me, oh. May I be Yahoo boy in transit. So who be this one? When they get to these places like this, very loud. Like, hey! You cannot hear now. Even if you cannot hear, you cannot see. Pablo Lavish, now you bring me come here now. Lucky. No customer service. Wait, I say, calm down, sir. Okay, now. Go and bring something for me. Wait, I say, what? Water. How many? 3. Unnecessarily loud people. Unnecessarily loud people. You don't get it. I don't have a problem with being broke. Anyone can be broke. Life is in phases. But the biggest problem I have when you're broke is when you're broke and proud. Those 2 P's, they don't go pride and poverty. No. The only P's that can go are like P Square, Peter and Paul, all those ones. Pride and poverty, no, they don't mix so. I had one neighbor now, Solo. Hey, God. Solo, the old landlord. 4 years as went. He still throw particular go to invite landlord. Landlord said, what are we celebrating? He said, life. He said, let's be happy. He said, I know I'm owing you rent. Rent is expensive, but you see happiness? Happiness is free. Solo was staying in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's AC 4 horsepower. Now who they call him? You won't kill yourself. He said, no. I reach my life. I want to live. Oh. He said, I don't tire to the sickness like malaria and typhoid. From now on, pneumonia. What's this bastard? Being broke is crazy. And that's why we are in Nigeria right now. Unemployment is at its highest. 40%. The government, they come, they make promises. They fail to deliver. Then they advise all of us to become entrepreneurs. How can everybody be entrepreneurs in an economy? How? How does that make sense? Well, we're not even all wired to be entrepreneurs. Some of us are wired to run people's businesses, work in an office. But this one, everybody now, Nigeria entrepreneur. Everybody. Go on social media, check people's bio, check statuses. I saw one man's bio on Instagram. God, one man, father, motivational speaker, media strategist, borehole driller, event compare. I just sent him a message, put our Lord and personal savior. Make we know say that you they worship. What kind of nonsense? Nobody has a job in this country. Everybody gallivanting, parabolating. Okombo Steven, the best graduate student in my faculty. At least may I drop out now, Abi? That one, best graduate student, 4.9 CGPA. As I speak to you, is a ballet dance instructor. I swear. I don't even have a problem with the ballet because it's his passion, Abi. Follow your passion, no wahala. But my problem is that he's too passionate about the job. Do you understand, man? He teaches 5-year-old girls ballet in Lekki, one school. They don't wear this kind of trousers. They wear all those leggings, slim trousers, slim. Very passionate guy. He resumes 6 a.m. He go, they stress the young girls. Hi, ladies. Hold my hand, all of you. Woo! I'm in the mood to dance. Madman. Young queens, young Chimamandas, are you ready to dance? Take my cue. Are we good? Go. Hold my hand. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. He lives in me. Who lives in you? He lives in you. You don't get work. Is this what you're supposed to do with your life? Say passion. Fucked up shit. Crazy society. This is our society. The craziest society in the world. Nobody has a job. And I blame myself. When I was younger, I've been the craze. I swear to God, I had weird dreams. In fact, I should have known that those dreams were a nightmare. Nonsense, I just used to be overly ambitious. Tell your children, don't aim too high. Calm down. Life has plans for you. Yeah, Nigeria has double plans for you. When I was small, I said I wanted to be an astronaut. Nigeria, give me space. Say, leave her, now craze the go on. Leave her. Now craze the warrior. Crazy society. Nobody has a job. Young people, parabolating. I met one Igbo boy in Tejuo Show Market. Man rented an empty shop. No business concept. Nothing. Just an empty shop. Resumes every morning, 9 a.m. Sits down. I was there 3 times. I noticed him. I had to go there and ask him one day, okay, what do they do? He said, business. I said, which business be this? He said, minding my business. Crazy society. Crazy. And that's why people are entitled. Entitlement mentality is the biggest thing we suffer right now in this country. Young people do not want to work. And you can't blame them. Because they see things, they see politicians do things. And this entitlement has transcended to all spheres of the society. When I got my biggest gig ever, when I did celebration, I go just say my phone go just ring. Person go just call me. Unknown number. I pick my phone, hello, hey, shut up. You don't proud. Who be this? So you don't save my voice for your phone. I said that they save voice for phone. Shut up, not the same thing. Voice number, you don't save my voice. Who be this? Now David be this. Which David? David, Mrs. Popu. Entitlement mentality. Crazy. People feel like people owe them. I was in a barber salon one day. One guy just came in and started shouting, Ashake. People, they change, oh. Bro, trust no man, oh. I say, it's a bit like this. Now, Ashake, they talk. Me and Ashake, we did like this. I said, are you serious? I said, so what's happened? Where you, mom? So if they play monkey post, now they said post for us. So what kind of relationship is this? Why are people so entitled? Young people, we need to do better. We need to do better. I feel like this is the greatest country in the world. But hey, we're messed up people. Yeah. We do not want to accept this. We can change government. But hey, what is the government? The government is an institution. Who runs institutions? People. Who are these people? Products of the same freaking society. Do you know how terrible this country is? One time, I think it was 2 Decembers ago, in the southeast, Ebonyi, during a court proceeding, landlord came and locked the court. I swear to God, check the news. It's on the news. The judge that was presiding on the case kneel down, they beg landlord, please, let's see through this case. Landlord said, no, I will not agree. The judge said, what is this? What did you stand to gain from this? He said, I want to show you that nobody is above the law. I swear down. Now, so judge, they say, God will judge you. God will judge you. Crazy country. No jobs. Unemployment. 40% And guess what happens in Nigeria? If you're a young man and you do something, you're successful, everybody, that line. You succeed. Now that one everybody going to do. A certain boy in Kaduna, Eli, made a pencil art drawing of Kevin Hart, posted on Twitter, tagged everybody. Kevin Hart eventually saw the drawing. sent him a DM, told him to draw 5 of his Hollywood celebrity friends, and they sent him money. When that thing made the news, everybody turned artists. One nonsense boy, Anambra, Silvanus Otondo. This one draw Chris Brown. If you see Chris Brown will be like Chris Ngige. I swear. Normal Chris Brown, slim, light-skinned, flexible. This wholesale lawyer. If you see this Chris Brown, short, fat, he wear Ishagu. He wear Papa's cap, he gets goatee. And you know, people are very courageous. He didn't stop there. He started tagging everybody. Davido, when nothing concerned, he tagged Davido, my in-law at Papi Fine. Help me tag Chris Brown. I want to blow his mind. Chris Brown eventually saw the drawing, sent him a message and told him, young man, next time please draw me, don't judge me. Crazy society, everyone beating about the bush, and you can't blame people. Nigeria is the craziest country in the world, and it's our fault. I say it every time. We can do better. People steal, people do things. A guy was paraded recently in the news. Do you know what he stole? Manhole cover. Manhole cover. Now they asked him why he stole the manhole cover. He said because he was hungry. So let me tell you what a manhole cover is. A manhole cover weighs 64 kg on the average. Let me tell you what happens to you when you're hungry. When you're hungry, you have blood vision. You are weak. You don't have strength. You cannot be hungry and steal manhole cover. You're a bloody thief. 64 kg. You should be fighting Israel Adesanya. You should be in the UFC. I've been hungry before. When I was hungry, I stole, when I was in 200 level in the University of Lagos, Jaja Hall, Taib, now me steal your Gary. Don't judge me. I was hungry. If I had not stolen that Gary, I would have died. That was how hungry I was. That is what you steal when you're hungry. You steal food. You don't steal a manhole cover. Ask Rema. Taib next time, they put sugar near Gary. If you're watching this, ask Rema. Just because I won't feed my whole family, I steal my friend's laptop. Yeah, that's fair. The average MacBook weighs like 4 kg. That's easy to steal. But you chose my whole cover. You passed Gary shop. That is strategic. You planned it all out. You're a freaking thief. Yeah, we can do better. We can do better as a people, and it's on all of us. A couple of persons have done better with their lives. Yeah, and I feel like this particular man is the only man that is fit to motivate anybody in Nigeria. You all know this man as Omobaba #1. One of the ugliest people on planet Earth. Not this correct Omobaba #1. Omobaba was so ugly. Man, that was a lot of work. Do you know what it means to be ugly? You wake up every day looking at yourself in the mirror. For over 4 decades of his life, this man has practically been facing his fears. Yes, this is the only man that should have a license to be a motivational speaker. Not Fela Durotoye. That's a fine boy. All he was broke. He wasn't ugly. Omobaba was ugly, was broke. Yes. But the good thing is, he married arguably the most beautiful man I have seen in my life. Yes. But don't clap. Hold on. I am scared for that woman. You know why? There's an unproven theory of marriage that the older a couple go together, they tend to look like each other. So whatever happens, Mr. Omobaba, please look like your wife. Don't let it be the other way around. That's the only man that has the license to motivate anybody in this freaking country. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Guess what? Life has been tough for me. Honestly, I'm rocking the dreadlocks. I hate people on dreadlocks. If you're on dreadlocks, I freaking hate you. Why do people on dreadlocks feel the discreet need to have an association? Why? Why do they do that? They just feel the need that we're supposed to just get association. We just look at ourselves in a very funny way. See them. See that? See this on the thing. One time I was walking around Ikeja. Honestly, one guy on dreadlocks saw me and he was just looking at me. They just treat themselves like endangered species waiting to be extinct. He was just looking at me. I said, what happened? He said, brethren. I said, which church? Are you a bastard? Do I know you? What's all this nonsense? It's beautiful when you're sporting dreadlocks, but hey, it comes with its challenges. When you're sporting dreadlocks, you cannot dress in an all-white attire. Hell no. Not in Lagos. One time I was dressed in an all-white attire on a Sunday morning. One middle-aged woman saw me. She just knelt down, Woli jog, but for me. What the hell? Crazy ass country. Everything is falling apart in this freaking country. But hey, I like it. Yeah. Yeah. I think I like it. So I honestly feel like this is the most peaceful the world has been. Yeah. The world has been quiet up until Russia and Ukraine. Then Israel and Palestine. Then Nigeria. You know we like trends. Then we looked at Niger, Alpha. What do you guys think? Nigeria, Niger? Hey, crazy ass country. I really would have been excited if that war had happened. Yeah. Yes. I'll tell you why. Don't judge me. We have pastors. Yeah. I've read the Bible a lot. I love the Bible. I like the stories from the Old Testament. I just felt like, yo, finally, we're going to fight a war. We're going to see our own pastors act like the prophets of old. Imagine Naboski at the war front. He said it with his mouth, I'm a war. I'm a fight. Imagine him leading the army. Remember the prophets of old? You know what it means to arraign an army, take them around the wall, and all they did was sing and clap and the wall fell? Okay, let's picture Naboski in front of a missile. I have many powers. You're a madman. Don't judge me. This society, crazy ass society, I can't help to picture what that war is going to look like. But then, do you know what it means? This is the most peaceful the world has been. Oh. Do you know what it means to grow up in the Middle Age times, the medieval times, when there was never peace? In the Middle Age time, we could just be here, like, we just hear trumpet, pom, 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 close the walls! Close the walls! We are being attacked! Who attacked us? Which kind of wahala be this? Why can't there be peace now? All the male children come out, who be male? Why can't there be peace? What is this? They assemble them. Hey, he's ripe. Adam, take it. No, this is not the life I bargained for. Everybody will go to the war front. Then there are those people that will run away from the war front. Then we have people like Portable that will snitch on people. Wahala. All of them run from war. They won't kill us. Then there are those people in the war front, the Gen Zs. War they go, a person go just pick your phone. Hi guys, it's happening live. A day in the life of a new war veteran. So I'm just sitting there in the battlefield. A lot of things are happening. People are throwing missiles. Hey, I'm a guy, but they say I'm not ripe to fight this war. Don't mind them. They are looking down on me. Gen Z vibe. Guys, this war is giving. Hey. They did not let me go to the war front, but I will show them like the biblical David. I will surmount everything. Guys, they say I'm a girly guy. Whatever. Don't judge me. Crazy ass country. Crazy ass society. Nigeria. People are mad. We are mad. We deny ourselves our own blessings. Nigerians hate our accent. I don't know how cool that sounds. I honestly feel like we have the best accent in the world. Yes. Recently, a research was done. I don't know from where, but they ranked Nigerian accent top 5 in the world. But guess what? Nigerians don't like it. Crazy. It is bad. So bad. One time, one guy came from the UK. 7 years in the UK. Donald, 7 years in Southeast London. Breadwinner of his family. Family was hoping for him to come back with money. Breadwinner, he no bring bread. The only thing he came with accent. He just went around Lagos with the accent. Oi, oi, oi. Mike, you can't see. What he be this? He goes to every restaurant like, fam, oi. Come on, mate, you can't see, yeah? Come over. Wait, I say, I'm sorry, sir. What do you want? Go get me water. Waiter, how many bottles? 1 bottle. Hold on a bit, fam. How much is a bottle of water? He didn't know things are not expensive in Nigeria. Waiter says, sir, a bottle of water is 1.5. He said, for water? For water, H2O? No, come on, Lagos is the city of aquatic splendor. You have this water around. What did you do to your water? Oh, so you get this accent. Nigerians, we live in denial. Crazy country. We deny our accents. And this thing is everywhere, it's prevalent everywhere. And this is why I like the Yoruba ladies. They pride themselves in their accent. Yeah. Yeah, it's just an accent. An accent doesn't mean you speak bad English. You having an accent doesn't mean you speak good English. And that's why I like Yoruba ladies. They're proud of their H factor. They have it. One Yoruba lady saw me at one time, Koja, come and take horse out. I said, you don't buy horse? No, horse, horse, horse. I say horse. She said, no horse. Me and my friends. Oh, I say horse. She said, yes. How many of you, hall of horse? I should take you to a hall. No, hall of horse. Crazy. Crazy ass country. Pride yourself in your accent. It's beautiful. And that's why I like Victor Ikpeba, the custodian of the Benin accent. Victor Ikpeba was a handful on SuperSport. Man just goes on TV with his Benin accent. He doesn't give an F. Victor Ikpeba, what do you think about the first half between Chelsea and Arsenal? What a very good game. I like the way Chelsea is playing. The white broadcaster looks at him, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea. All right, it's fine. I like the way Chelsea is playing. Chelsea is playing versus Arsenal. Arsenal. Okay, Arsenal. But that referee, I don't like what that referee is doing. That referee in the first half, he was biased with his officiating. He gave Arsenal a fake penalty. Penalty. Yes, penalty. Did you see him on SuperSport after that? They put and come on for our station. Crazy. 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 I like women. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I like women. Women are beautiful. Yes, I can't even deny it. Women, have you seen yourself? Do you sometimes just look into the mirror and undress and you see yourself? You don't like what you see yourself? And you blame me for liking you? Nah, come on. It's hard. I have an unproven theory that men are likely to fall in love just once in their lives. Yeah. And sometimes I feel like I have been there, but I missed the freaking opportunity because I was broke. I was raised on love. I know how to love. My father loved my mother. Yes, I know this. I feel like it is my responsibility to take care of a woman when I love that woman. But I couldn't do that for the one love of my life. She captured my essence. I love her to bits and pieces. She's married now. I wouldn't say her name. Fuck it. Woo! But now I'm the part of my life where I'm beginning to make some money. Guess what? It's hard to fall in love. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It is hard to fall in love. I've been in and out of relationships. 6 relationships in 3 weeks. Maybe I'm the problem after all. Yes, I take the blame. Don't freaking judge me. I'm trying to love, but I'm looking for that one woman to capture my essence. I'll tell you a story of the last 3 women I dated. Bianca, she told me she's an independent woman. Koja, I don't need your money. I'm the type of woman, if you give me lemons, I make lemonade. I said, nice. I like that. I like me some independent women. One time, Bianca was broke. She called me, Koja, I'm broke, help me. Oh, lemons, lemonade. I send her Bet Niger code. That was it. She blocked me forever. I called her with her friend's number. Why did you end the relationship? She said, well, the odds were not in my favor. Ineka, freaking medical doctor, always excited. Hi guys, Koja, let's do this together. Everything is together in this relationship. Oh, please, 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 please. We reciprocate energy. You give, you take, I give, I take. That is it. It's symbiotic. Mutualism. You did biology now. We do these things in science and in the hospital. Mutualism, symbiosis. Good, supportive. She came to the comedy club one time. Supported me. They were about to call me. Ineka was there in the crowd, cheering me up, shouting, Koja, break a leg. Kill them! Break a leg! I was like, yo, I'll reciprocate this energy. I went to the hospital to see Ineka. They brought in accident victims. I was there to cheer her up. No bars held. I was there screaming at the top of my voice, Ineka, break their legs! Kill them! I freaking love you. Symbiosis, mutualism. They fired her from work. Crazy. I am the problem. So Dele advised me, you get it wrong all the time. You're supposed to date up the ladder. Yeah, now that's what people do. They date up the ladder. He told me, it's December. Come to Ikeja. I'll take you to a club. Somewhere where the returnees, they just got back, they come to. I was like, oh, fine. So we went to Carlsbad Lounge. Yes! Yes! I asked him why that club. He said, hey, it's 5 minutes from the airport. People are lodged around. So when they come, they want to have a feel of Nigeria. Woo! We went to Carlsbad. It was hyped. Everyone was dancing. I was high. They introduced me to a girl. I mean, when I'm high, I pick up any accent in the world. I met Tomike. I whispered in her ear, hi, what's your name? I'm Tomike. Hi. My accent kicked in. Hi, Tomike. We were dancing. We're playing my favorite Amapiano song. I love Amapiano. What's that song? Ayena, Usalad. Ah, God. We're grooving. Alcohol was kicking in. My accent has stepped up. Tomike, so what part of the US did you grow in? I grew up in Boston. So Tomike asked me, you, where did you grow up? In the US as well. What part of the US? Jersey. So she nicknamed me Jersey Boy. I like you some Jersey Boy. We're getting close to the end of that whole conversation. Then Tomike asked me one question that killed me. Hi, Jesse boy. So tell me a quick one. What fraternity did you pledge in college? What fraternity did you pledge in college? Aye. She said what? Aye. That was it. Don't freaking judge me. I'm a Nigerian man. I like women. And I feel like Nigerian men are the greatest. Yes. Yes. We pride ourselves. We are providers. Nigerian men, we are providers. We are hot cake outside of this country. Don't let these women tell you otherwise. It's only a Nigerian man that takes care of his wife and her extended family. You want that? Travel go meet white man now. Wait till they cause that one. Or Mugo, your mama go stay in your whole house for 6 months. She no get her husband. Ladies, don't let anyone deceive you. Nigerian men are the greatest. Men are the same the world over, regardless of race, ethnicity, tribe. Ladies, before you leave tonight, if you do not take anything from here, take this. There are 3 categories of men you will meet in this life before you leave this world. The first category of men, sweet talkers. They meet you and they tell you, hi, I like you. Your eyes remind me of the color of the rainbow. I would like to do forever with you. I've not seen anything like this in my life. The second category of men, the straight talkers, they don't have time. They see you, they go straight to the point. I like you. You have a fat ass. I want to smash it. No time for dilly-dally. The third category of men, the Igbo men. Those ones, they don't have time. They see you, they come to you, you'll be my wife. Ladies, all 3 categories of men, all freaking 3 categories of men have one thing in common. They want fuck you. Don't judge me. Men were wired like that. We don't even know why we're wired that way. But it's life. Don't judge us. I want to be a legend so badly. I want to be one of the greatest to ever do this. And that's why I like legends in every sphere of life. Yes. Yes. Recently, LeBron James broke the scoring record in the NBA for the highest point ever. Man is a legend right now. Some people had a problem with him. He's not that good. He came in an easy era. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came when he was tougher. But hey, what's the point? They are both legends. They came in different era. That's why we don't have legends everywhere. Only a few people can walk the walk. That's why we have LeBron. That's why we have Abdul-Jabbar. That's why we have Ali Baba. That's why we have basketball. Omar Baba, Bobby, Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor. And now that's why you have me. But guess what? That's not the point in this whole story. The point in this whole story is that I follow LeBron James. I heard he was drafted into the NBA from high school, secondary school. At 18, man was in the NBA already. Whew. So I schooled in Agege. Yeah. The closest we did to sports was physical combat. By physical combat, I mean boxing. Agege, crazy place. We're always fighting boxing in school. You just be on your own person, go just come in to show my foresight make a Agege. You need that. Wait to change. You needed to be on the defense every single time. People say, yes, we used to play football. Hey, yeah, we play football. But all our football games ended in boxing bouts. Because when you score, now go, no be go, now go, no be go, now go, no be go. Yeah, close share, yeah, I'm foresight. Yes, it was crazy. You needed to know how to box to freaking survive in Agege without. All of us, even those of us from good homes, you needed to survive. You needed to fit in. That was the scheme. Always on alert, everybody. Agege was so terrible that I had seniors in secondary school that were tough guys. That if you do something wrong as a junior, teacher will threaten you with the senior. If you misbehave next time, I report you to Mommy Skillo. Legit. That was how crazy it was. But everything changed at some point in my school. When a certain boy, Gambo, gained admission into the school. Gambo was a soft boy, probably a victim of circumstance. He had to move to Agege. Gambo came into the school and changed the course of everything. Swagger! Gambo had swag for years. Man was a soft boy. We call them soft boy right now. Soft boys, easy boys, they don't have wala. Gambo would just walk into the school. He used to walk on the tip of his toe. How far now, Baba? What's it happen now? Hey, boss, how far? What's going on? That was Gambo. He changed the trajectory of things in my school. All the boys, we had to fit in. He was getting all the girls. We had no freaking choice. We all started walking like Gambo. When you come to school in the morning, everybody, hey, bad guy, where's it? You too soft. That was the scheme. Teachers were tired, but hey, they joined the bandwagon. Our Agri teacher came to class one day. All right, guys, that's all for class right now. You people have been amazing students. I swear we're not too soft. Crazy. That was the scheme. Every boy in school was a soft boy at the time. Even Mommy Skilo. How far, Baba? Will they go fight tomorrow? That battle goes soft. That was the scheme. We had to fit into Gambo style, and we loved it. But guess what? Gambo changed everything forever when he introduced basketball to the school. He said, hey, basketball is the game for women. That is the game women love. He deceived us. Nobody played basketball in Agege before Gambo. He came, he changed every freaking thing. Brought basketball to school. Paid. They installed a basketball court. Gambo, he deceived us. And he was clean. Like I said, he was a victim of circumstance. And you know in basketball, yeah? Do you know why they walk like that? This was how Gambo used to walk. Legit, 100. I'm not kidding you. Baba, me, how far now? What's happen now? To say, see my guy, how far now? You to say, bad guy, what's going on? How far? Do you know why he walks like that? In basketball, when you want to shoot, you stand on the tip of your toes. It helps you aim. That was Gambo. So he used to walk like that. We felt like we had Kobe Bryant in school. We followed his lead, all of us. He told us from today henceforth, no more freaking boxing. Everybody, basketball. Guess what? We killed him. And you know that era now, it was the era of the Timberland, baggy trousers, big freaking boots. Everybody. And guess what? It was expensive. It was hard though. If you had money, you had money. It was easy to know people that were from rich homes. You could not fake it. There was no Yahoo now. Which internet phone you want to take by Timberland? Is it that a day or you know day? Fubu 05, Timberland boots, School of Hard Knocks, rocker wear. All of this was the shit at the time. We were bumping to Fajo, Jaru, and all of those shit. Gambo comes to this school, Timberland. We had our social day. People will not get, everybody go borrow. Coming to the school, hey, see bad guy, Alpha. You too soft. I like this your Timbolo. That was all called Timberland. Timbo freaking low. That was the scheme. Everybody changed because of Gambo. We started basketball training. We were a mess. All of us were a freaking mess. Tell us, don't worry now, our first training, everything goes this soft later. We won't just take them easy now. Everything goes soft. After 5 training sessions, we thought we were ready. Gambo came to the PE teacher, Mama, fix the friendly match. We were playing Air Force in the basketball game. Air Force! Air freaking Force! Our first basketball game, but we were foolish. Of all the schools, Air Force. What is the name of the school? Air. What do you do in basketball? You play in the freaking air. You jump, you dunk, you shoot. Everything goes up. But we listen to him. Why? Because he's too soft. Even our PE teacher, everybody goes, well, how is that much going to be, Mama? Don't worry. Soft. Air Force came. Woo! First quarter, they were killing us. 45-0. We were there, helpless. All of us, we looked to our star man, our freaking savior. Gambo was nowhere to be found on the court. Man was just pacing around. Alpha, pass the ball now. Wait till they help you now. Pass ball, we'll play soft game now. Wait till be this. Oh, now. This game's supposed to soft pass like this now. Koja, Alpha, more soft up. That was the scheme. It was freaking hell. They killed us. They freaking annihilated us. We looked to Gambo, our savior. Man was worn out. It was done. It was out. Guys, that was it. Until this day, nobody from my freaking secondary school has anything to do with basketball. We do not even watch basketball. You see that freaking Gambo that deceived all of us? As I speak to you, he works as a driver with God is good motor. Honestly, Gambo freaking travels around the country. Crazy ass. I was in God is good park. I wanted to board a bus from Lagos to freaking Owerri. There was Gambo, the driver, loading bus in his swagger. How far away my passengers now? Make una enter bus. Una too soft. Una too soft. Make we dey go this trip now. Traffic will start. So I don't like am. Who carry banana now? Say a banana hard. You don't get soft banana. Wait till be this. Mama, back your pikin well now. See soft baby now. Make it soft. I was there looking at this freaking Gambo who deceived the whole school of 2 freaking thousand students. How far? You too soft. You too soft. That was what he does in life now. Crazy. But that's not the high point. Gambo's nephew is the girl boy. Seated in the front of the bus with his phone. Hi guys, what's going on? I'm in my uncle's bus now. Let's be going for this trip. Oh. A day in the life of a girl boy. Everybody says, hey, guess what? My uncle is the driver. Guess what? His swagger is giving. People say I'm a girl boy, but who cares? Don't judge me.